Agboh with the recent inauguration of the over $50 billion Sunti Golden Sugar Estates in Niger State by President Muhammadu Buhari, the face of the Nigerian economy is undoubtedly changing, courtesy of the reform and privatization program of the federal government of Nigeria. Located on the banks of River Niger, in Mokwa, Niger State, the Sunti Golden Sugar Estate is owned by Sunti Golden Sugar Estates SGSE, Limited, a subsidiary of Flour Mills of Nigeria plc. The sugar estate features 17,000 hectares of irrigable farmland and a sugar mill that processes 4,500 metric tons of sugar cane per day. At full capacity, the estate is expected to produce 1 million tonnes of sugar cane, which roughly translates into 100,000 metric tons of sugar yearly. Enclosed within a 35-kilometer dike, the production facility area is 15,100 hectares, with a cane area that features a maximum output of 10,000 hectares. The dike provides flood protection from the River Niger. Over $1 billion was invested in the state-of-the-art irrigation system that will ensure the efficient cultivation of sugar cane, with infrastructure that includes drain pumps, pump stations and a power grid. The estate, no doubt, is the purest representation of the federal government's Nigerian Sugar Master Plan (NSMP), with an ambitious backward integration program that intends to set Nigeria on the path to self-sufficient sugar production. The farm at peak production will provide direct employment for about 10,000 people yearly, and impact up to 50,000 people indirectly, including 3,000 small-scale outgrowers who will be cultivating sugar cane to feed the mill. The estate has broad infrastructure benefits to the surrounding community, with 28 communities in total taking advantage of a new 30-kilometer road, plus expansive road networks that provide a variety of access routes to the homes of the indigenes. Drains, culverts, and flood protection walls have also been constructed. The project illustrates the desire to reduce sugar importation, save billions in foreign exchange, boost local capacity, and reduce unemployment by putting thousands of Nigerians to work. The commissioning of the sugar factory is the first step towards a collective dream of agricultural progress for all in Nigeria, and clearly demonstrates that businesses are better handled by the private sector, hence the need by all Nigerians to embrace privatization. Perhaps it is apt here to delve into the history of the now burgeoning sugar factory. Sunti Sugar Limited, a government-owned company, was established in 1974 as a private limited liability company, with a share capital of $100 million and percentage ownership of 90% and 10% to the federal government and Niger State government respectively. The company, with a landmass of 17,000 hectares for sugarcane production, was not cultivated to its optimal potential, neither did it process sugar since its inception, as it did not have a refinery in place. Rather, the harvested sugar cane from the farmland was transported to the Nigerian Sugar Company (NISUCO) for sugar production. Then, it was a company whose liabilities were greater than the assets in manifolds. Its assets were mainly farmlands, most of which were not cultivated, agricultural plant and machinery, motor vehicles and dilapidated buildings. The company's factory at the time was not completed, and the uncompleted factory components were left to waste away in the open fields. While the company did not yield profit to the federal government, it incurred debt of about $615 million, owed largely to the federal government, with some amount owed local creditors. Following due diligence carried out by the Bureau of Public Enterprises (BPE), the untapped potentials of the company was juxtaposed with a growing debt profile and the burden on the government's treasury, and upon this, the resolution to privatize was reached. At the initial attempt, its privatization was unsuccessful, primarily as a result of the large debt burden the company had incurred through the years it was underutilized. The report of the BPE's privatization advisors revealed that the proceeds to be realized from the sale would not be sufficient to pay off creditors and settle staff liabilities. The advisors consequently recommended asset sale, through liquidation, as the favorable method of privatization. Following the recommendation, the BPE obtained approval of the National Council on Privatization (NCP) in July 2003 to liquidate the company, as well as approval from the courts in February 2005 to wind it up. A simplified bidding process duly followed the NCP approval of 2004 for a guided liquidation process, which produced Supertech Limited as the preferred bidder after being found to be responsive to the terms of the transaction by the Committee of Inspection (COI) and the COI's findings that Supertech was capable of realizing its envisaged investment. It was upon this that Supertech emerged as the new owner of the company with an offer price of $180 million. There was transfer of ownership of the company to FMN. Under the new management, the company took the name Sunti Golden Sugar Estate, a subsidiary of FMN. It has since made a departure from the pre-privatization days. Sunti Golden Sugar Estate has since embarked on developing the first new sugar project to boost local sugar production in the country. To facilitate this, the company selected Booker Tate as its technical partner to assist with specifications for the project, including factory design, contractor selection and final negotiations. Thus far, harvesting of the first sugar cane, commissioning of the factory, and processing of the first cane into saleable sugar was achieved in 2016. The new owners have also put measures in place in anticipation of future demands. These measures include the installation of the latest technology of 3,000 tons per day factory and a planned capacity expansion of 4,500 tonnes per day in cane milling and processing, as well as a system of canals and dikes to provide irrigation during the dry season and flood protection during the wet season.